The member from Maroochydore.
Thank you. There are so many people who are facing distress and disruption, and we've seen and heard more and more stories from small businesses. I've heard the Treasurer claim that short, sharp lockdowns have seen a bounce back in the economy like there wasn't an impact, whereas when I've been going through my community and talking with so many people who don't have full accommodations, who have lost bookings, who do face the prospect of losing their businesses, they are in distress and they feel like this state Labor government treats them as their political pawns. We believe that the health advice has to be released and that we do want to see people kept safe, but we don't want to see them kept in the dark. For too long, we've seen this government use the fact that they wouldn't release the health advice. How on earth can you have health advice that says it's safe for NRL players and their families, not just the players but their families, to have priority over Queenslanders coming home? How ridiculous and unfair and wrong that is. We're hearing more and more stories of people in distress who've got genuine need to get home, who not only are being cut off from their families, they're cut off from their jobs. Meanwhile, the family of footballers and their entourage are allowed to come into Queensland and they give them priority. There seems to be two sets of health standards, but we don't see the health advice. It's time that it's released because Queenslanders are being asked to do a lot for the public good and public health, and they will do it, but they will not be treated as mugs where you don't release the health advice. There must be accountability, must be consistency, and there has to be compassion. I want to address the issue of the need for fast rail to the Sunshine Coast. The CAMCOS heavy rail corridor is preserved to Maroochydore, but there is no current transport plan from this government to build it. And I'm calling on the state government to not allow this corridor to be compromised by the lack of work being done on it when there are other pieces of infrastructure and growth happening around that corridor. It's important that work is done now to bring this project forward, to allow the business case and design to be done so it is not orphaned, which was the reason, as I understand it, Infrastructure Australia said it was risky because there was no owner. The state government did not have it in their current transport plans, and that was identified as a risk. So the state government can't blame other people. This is their responsibility to build the state infrastructure, but to put those plans forward and to do the work. It's vital this happens now. If we're to see the right infrastructure to take growth forward into the future, let alone what's needed now, this project needs to be not orphaned, to go into the current transport plans and have the ownership of government to take it forward.